Alright guys, welcome back to the channel again. Yeah, the reason I say again is because I just got through filming. What is it I was doing? I was showing you guys something under the hood. Oh, the blower motor resistor. So that was done. And then I was just piddling in my truck. These pigtails are actually for the license plate lights that go on, I think it says 99 to 2016. But what I ended up doing was I modified it. If I could take that out, I got it pretty snug. So what I ended up doing was just taking my razor knife and just, button it up to this until it was perfectly to where it'll slide in like this without this little grommet. And then you're going to have to take your razor knife again and cut it to where you have a gap between it. So when you stick it in here, you can actually press in and turn. I hope I got that on camera. But these are the new style. If I could take these off of here. I've had these for a while, and these were just backups. I already have this style on my 7.3, but I didn't know I was going to end up getting another diesel, especially this soon. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put them on here because I got busted tail light on the passenger side, and the driver side is also not in that great a condition either. It's all chipped up. So, just first off, it's going to make it look cooler. It's going to make it look newer, and don't have to worry about getting pulled over for a busted tail light. So I'm going to go ahead, get that tail light out, and then we'll go ahead and put this one in. This is all going to be done in real time. There's no editing in this video. When I'm set up on my tripod, I try not to do any editing. So yes, it's a little bit longer of a video. A lot of people don't like that, but it's easier for me. So let's just go ahead and pull this old one. Now here's my setup. You may not have a setup like this. You may have a just plain old ratchet. 8mm or 5/16. This thing is old. It's, rusted to hell. But just a little bit driver that I have right here, and then I put the 8mm nut driver in it. So it's just two little screws up here and down here on the inside. That's why the tailgate's down. So got the first one out, working on the second one now, and then this whole thing will pop right out of here. Here's the second screw, and then this is ready to be popped out. Now, I've seen some people grab it from this side since this is where it's actually pushed in. And actually, I just broke that top one up here, so be careful pulling that out. So here's the brake light, and here's the reverse light. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut these wires. And then this actually gets reversed. This goes up at the top. This comes down here because the reverse is up at the top on the newer one. So that'll go down here, and this will come up to the top. It'll get extended once I put the pigtail in. So we'll take that pigtail off, and as you can see, once I tie into the wires down here, I'll have plenty of wire. So what I got to do is snip these two and then take my ohm meter and figure out which side's positive, which side's negative. And you got a purple wire on this one and a black wire on this one. Of course, purple's going to be your power. On the factory side, we've got, shockingly, we've got black, and then we've got black with a purple. It looks violet to me, but purple tracer. So I'm betting that that tracer is going to be your power wire. But let me go ahead and cut this wire. I don't know where I put my razor knife. I'd rather use that than this, but this will work for now. But I just need to expose some of this wire with the tracer, the pink tracer, violet tracer, whatever. The one with the color in it. I'm not worried about scratching up this paint on this truck because this truck is going to end up painted just like the 7.3. It's going to have a bed liner paint job. Alright, so now all I need to do is go in here, turn the key, and put it in reverse, but I'm not starting it because I don't want to get ran over. Alright, parking brake is on. It's in reverse. I can actually see that light on down there. And I got my razor knife. So, let me get the ohm meter. 20 volts. And again, I'm going to use myself as a ground. You guys are going to see me do that a lot. It's just a lot faster to me that way. Okay, I'm not getting anything on there. Or there. Don't tell me this wire doesn't work. Alright, let me be smart about it and actually use the truck as a ground. I just need a place to set the ohm meter so I can read it. So I'm going to use this nut right here as a good ground and then stick that. Okay, there we go. We've got 12 volts. I probably wasn't a great ground because I'm wearing shoes. Now, if you go barefoot directly on the ground, you are therefore grounded. But let's do that one more time. So yes, this tracer wire is the trigger, or the 12 volts. So I'm going to go turn that off. Alright, so here's all that we have to do. This is going to be quick, simple, and easy. There's my razor wire. So I'm going to go ahead and expose this black wire as well. About an inch or so. It doesn't have to be exact. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we've got both positive and negative exposed. Thankfully, from the factory of the people that designed this, they've already pre-cut it. So, you know, they gave me about a ½ inch of wire to work with. I can work with that. So what we're going to do is go black to black. And I'm going to see about getting in there. Just wrapping this wire within this wire. I just want to wrap it tight enough for two reasons. One, it's got a good connection. And two, it looks good. And, well, three reasons. It holds itself in place for me. So we're ready to go on the soldering iron. So I've got my solder. And, you know, for those that haven't seen this yet, this is very fine electrical rosin core solder and dispenser. But it's got the flux in it. It has flux in this. Alright. So, go ahead and put some solder across this one that we've already got wrapped up here. So again, what I do is I touch the solder to the wires towards the top and I work my way down. same with the positive side. So I'm going to open up the pigtail side a little bit, and then I'm going to open up the main harness side. There we go. And if I can just wrap it. Oh, came apart. Hold on. See if I can do it this way. Nope, it's coming apart. I don't know why I'm having difficulty with this side. I did the other side so easily. Alright, let me press this up against here and then do it this way. If I can at least get one side wrapped with the other side flared out, it'll hold it in place just like that. Alright, now let's get this soldered before it decides to come apart again. There we go. I think that's pretty good solder. Now I'm going to pause right here and show you guys the solder. Alright guys, so as you can see, that solder isn't the prettiest, but it is functional. We'll just use that word, functional. And now all we have to do is just wrap both of these wires up. I'm going to start with the positive wire. The reason why is because I want to get perfect coverage on the positive side, because you can't really short your ground, but you can have a short to ground on your positive side. So there we go. I'm going to come back up towards the top. Alright. Cut off the unnecessary amount. There we go. Alright. So, and I will let you guys know I don't have the reverse lights for this right now. When they get here, all I have to do is pop this back off, stick the new lights in, put this back on. I'm not going to film that, but I will film how bright they are. Or if you want, feel free to go back a couple of videos. I don't remember which one it is, but I did the same thing to my 7.3, and they're actually pretty bright. My 7.3 has reverse cube lights hooked up to my reverse lights on my bumper, so that kind of defeats the purpose of showing how bright these are by themselves. But what we're going to do is we're going to see if that's hooked up right. So I put it in reverse again. And so right now, the only thing I'm doing is just checking to make sure that I have power on this here. So this inner part that the light grabs onto, that's your positive. And then this outer portion is your ground. Possibly. Oh, no, I was wrong. So one side is your ground and the other side is your positive. And we've got power. Yep. Everything looks great. So now, it's just a matter of hooking up the tail light. I'm not going to film myself doing the other side. I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here for 40 minutes to an hour watching me put in all brand new ones, but I will show you the end result. Take your little plastic cover off, you know. Try not to touch this bulb with your hands. The oil from your hands will lessen the lifespan of this bulb. I plan on upgrading this bulb to a LED. You get it at Walmart. It's one of those emergency bulbs. It kind of flickers and, you know, gets the driver behind you their attention. But for now, I'm just going to run these halogens. If I can put the thing back on. It's supposed to be the exact same. I didn't change anything out on my 7.3, like everything is the same. I may have to modify this for it to fit. Alright, I'm not going to sit here and let you guys watch me struggle. I'll be right back, and once I figure out a solution, I'll let you guys know what it was. Be right back. Alright guys, so I ended up having to trim just a small piece off. Where did it go? There it is. So once the camera decides to stop playing funny and clear up, come on. But if you can see that fresh plastic on this side, it's not oxidized. It's like a grayish white, like an opaque color. Well, opaque isn't really a color, I guess. But anyway, is the lens dirty? I mean, I'm starting to get really irritated with these lenses, with the camera on here. I mean, I haven't had this much trouble with a camera on a phone ever. Let me bring that back. Let's try this again. So there we go. So as you can see, I had to cut, trim just that little bit out, and it'll go right on there. So let me put the camera back on the tripod. Alright, let's get that thing put back on now. Almost, there we go. Alright, so that one's on. And almost with this one. There we go, now they're both locked in place. Actually, this one right here still needs to be ran up to the top. It's just because of the location. So the reason why is because this little frame here, I don't know if you can see that, but this little frame here, even though I ran it down there, it's this little piece right here is pushing up on it. I'm trying not to break that. But yeah, so far everything is lining up properly like it's supposed to. So there we go. So that's in there, and then we're gonna put those screws in. I just used my big Buddha belly to hold it in place. And there we go. I started it by hand. And there we go. Get this screwed in. Okay, that one's on. And that one's on. So there we go. I mean, that already looks a million times better. But, you know, I've been looking at it on my 7.3 for months. So, but yeah, let's kind of zoom in and look at that. I mean, that looks amazing. I love it. So let me do the other side, and then I'll show you guys the back end of the truck, how it looks before and after. And then that'll be the end of the video, actually. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end the video here, do the other side, finish it, and then show you guys the end results. So be right back. Alright, well, there it is in all its awesomeness and glory. So completely updates the rear end of this truck. I love the fact that this truck came with a sliding back glass as well. So more updates to come. Thanks for watching. Later, Gators. We'll give you guys a treat, though. I will put the truck back. I'll let you guys listen to it fire up and then get put back.